That's all the information I'm seeing on this. Oh my God. Hold on, let me show you. Look at this.
Hi guys, this is Benny.
And this is Dhruv. And today we are going to review the trailer of the Nigerian movie Taxi Driver. This is a 2015 movie. It's already on Netflix. And if I read the IMDb of this, it says, Adigun is a 31-year-old native village car mechanic who comes to Lagos for the first time following the sudden death of his father, a man he truly never knew. Agun comes to Lagos on the invitation of Taiwo, his father's fellow taxi driver, but Taiwo is dangerous and as shady as Lagos at night. And there isn't much information on this other than it stars Oko Ashewo. So, is that it? On IMDb, there wasn't that information, but I found that the director is Daniel Oriahi. That's all the information I'm seeing on this. Oh my God. Hold on, let me show you. Look at this.
More information. He's got it. If you can understand what he's saying.
Oh. He actually does this on every video that we shoot.
He's a star.
Oh no. Yeah, he doesn't want us to shoot today.
He wants you to shoot with him.
Look up.
Oh, Pilu. Hi. Yay.
His name is Pilu, you guys. Pilu means yellow in Hindi. I would suggest never name your pet after their color, because as a kitten, their color might be something and later it becomes something else.
Yeah, cats could do that.
He has grown up to be peach colored kitten. All right, so let's check this out. Let me find it.
La BBC, ibẹ̀ mo gbé dàgbà. Adigun, they collected your money. Hey, come on,
which one you that way you the romance?
La BBC, ibẹ̀ mo gbé dàgbà.
Who this smoky said?
This one is my friend though.
I will tell you where to go. Everywhere leads to everywhere in Lagos. Don't be afraid of getting lost.
Move this scandal now. Are you the one I've been waiting for?
Have you got?
I forgot for the burial. I don't promise myself say I no go burial again. You don't tire me.
Why?
Why waiting?
Nothing.
This hole no let person dig.
Keep digging.
It's deep enough now.
Hey! Not kill me. You were dead the very day you inherited your father's cap. Shine your eye. Good evening.
Try.
Of thoughts.
Well, we often don't realize it, but taxi driver's life can be quite thrilling, and often they don't have a say into who's their customer and who's not, because they say get out and they say drive. You didn't have a choice in that.
Yeah, it reminds me of that Jamie Foxx and Tom Cruise movie where Jamie Foxx was a cab driver. It's called Collateral. And
Oh,
yeah, and Tom Cruise was a hitman, and Jamie Foxx kind of got stuck with him. He couldn't leave and stuff like that. He had to keep driving him to different places where he was gonna kill people. And so and he was a very good person, Jamie Foxx. And he's like, how do I deal with something like this? I mean, this also reminds me of the Bollywood movie with John Abraham, Nana Patekar, Taxi number 911.
Yes.
Yeah, that was such a good movie too. But there's two layers in this, right? There is obviously, as you said, the taxi driver who doesn't have a say in who he drives and what happens. That's that variable. But there's also like he has come from a village to a big city. And in a big city, you see all kinds of people like that you would not, a person from a village would have never been exposed to. So there's that shock value. And apart from that, I think one of his uncles kind of invited him there. And then maybe he had certain impression of his uncle and he goes to the city and his uncle is an alcoholic and they said he was a dangerous man. Like there are these aspects of like it's like your world comes crashing down because your relative is so different, the city is so different, and this profession probably is new, right? So it's just so many shocks on so many levels for someone who's just a simple villager. Like then it can make or break you. If you deal with things like that, you either are like, I would rather be poor and go back to the village, this is too much for me, or you adapt and you really, really grow as a person and like never before.
Yeah. Now, the first scene where he picks up that girl and they show that bridge, Lagos is impressive, I feel. That was not something I had expected. It was impressive, right? And yes, I do feel that, I mean, if you are that uncle of his who might have called him to the city, maybe promised him with a big break or something, he turns out to be a dangerous man, something not what he had expected him to be. And maybe that was the guy he was looking up to be something like his father. And maybe it turns out that he was just trying to, be an opportunist,
Right.
Maybe he did give him a break, but then it came for a cost, for a price. And
He was using him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he had some debts to pay and he couldn't drive the taxi, so he made him drive the taxi. Could be a number of things.
Right.
But how he adapts to it, and well, here morality plays an issue here. I mean, first off, you don't know what's right and wrong because you've never been in such a situation in your village. You suddenly come to a town, you're not really sure what's going on, what is the reaction he's supposed to give, and you go by your gut, but then you have to also be surviving things. He said he told those guys to leave, and when they didn't, he had to realize that now this is a matter of survival. Here it's not about right and wrong. Here is whether I live or I don't. So a lot of tough decisions must have been made by that guy. Must be an interesting movie.
Yeah, and it says his father passed away, so maybe he's also grieving that. I mean, it also says he didn't know his father very well, but still, like something like that does cause grief, even if you weren't so close to someone or didn't know them that well. It's your parent at the end of the day. And then on top of this, all of this, like too much. It also, since you also talked about the lady they showed, uh, seemed like, she was a sex worker.
Yeah.
But maybe a villager wouldn't know that, maybe they have no idea, maybe because I remember there was this movie with Abhay Deol and Neha Dhupia, Ek Chalis Ki Last Local.
Uh,
Yeah, and at the end he realizes, oh, like she's not who I thought she was, right? I mean, that was a different scenario. I mean, he was not a villager, but what I'm saying is there's also that shock,
yes.
right? So there's so many, you would be stuck there like a deer in headlights, like having no idea what's going on around you. And
Yeah.
either you freeze or either you adapt, something
Yeah.
like, I think
And
if
you
I,
know,
yeah,
when you're not aware of something, I mean, you're aware of something like, okay, a sex worker is something, oh, a bad thing, but maybe if he might have taken that lady for some routine rides, maybe he comes to know her, maybe he comes to realize, okay, maybe she's just another human being like other
trying to
people.
survive,
Mm,
like everybody else.
yes. It gives different perspective. Everything is not always black and white. There are lots of shades of gray. That's an experience. That's something you learn. I mean, coming from a village, adapting to a city like Lagos is, well, difficult, but it is also eye-opening, I'm sure.
Yeah. I mean, I see Lagos as kind of like how Mumbai is, right? There's
Yeah.
all kinds of people, all backgrounds, all, economic strata, from extremely rich to extremely poor. And
Crime.
yeah, crime. So with all that migration, there is bound to be crime,
Yeah.
and opportunities at the same time, right? It's such a mixed bag of things. So I think this movie, I mean, it really looks cool because it gives you, I mean, I hope it gives a fair picture of Lagos, not just the crime, because every big city is like a really such a, it's so many flavors, it's so many things,
Yeah.
right? So you can't even like, you can't describe a city like that in one word. Like I
Yeah.
hated it or I loved it, because it's a whole range of emotions and whole range of different kinds of people. And I hope in that movie that like he's of course sees the dangerous sides, but there's also like good to it. He sees the good in there. But poor guy, I feel bad for him. Hopefully he adapts really well and does something awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a gut feeling is going
Yeah,
to, float above all
I,
that.
I hope so. I'm rooting for this character already.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, guys. So if you liked our video, please subscribe to our channel and actually go ahead and give us a like and hit that bell icon so that you're notified every time we upload a new video. We do that weekly on Mondays. And also leave us any comments if you want us to react to anything else. Until next time, फिर मिलेंगे.
फिर मिलेंगे.